Are those streaks in the sky just harmless jet trails, or could there be something more? In today's video, we're diving deep into the chemtrail conspiracy theory, separating fact from fiction, and uncovering the science behind those mysterious trails. Get ready to see the sky in a whole new way. What exactly are chemtrails? The word chemtrail is a blend of chemical and trail, suggesting that the visible trails left by planes contain more than just water vapor. Some proponents of this theory claim that these trails are actually chemical agents being sprayed from planes for various purposes, such as weather modification, environmental control, or military applications. However, the specific claims can vary widely, and not all believers suggest nefarious motives like mind control or population reduction. Chemtrail proponents argue that these trails are different from ordinary contrails. They often point out that chemtrails last longer, spread wider, and form unusual patterns in the sky, which they interpret as signs that the trails may contain harmful substances. While these claims have circulated since the 1990s, the question remains: is there any real evidence behind them? Contrails versus chemtrails. What's the difference? To understand the difference between contrails and chemtrails, it's important to know how contrails form. Contrails are created when the hot exhaust from an airplane meets cold, low-pressure air at high altitudes. This causes water vapor to condense into tiny ice crystals, leaving a visible streak in the sky. Under certain atmospheric conditions, these contrails can persist for hours and even spread out, forming thin clouds. Most experts assert that there is no significant difference between contrails and the alleged chemtrails. The persistence and appearance of contrails depend largely on the weather conditions at high altitudes. As air traffic has increased, so has the number of contrails, leading to more sightings, which some have misinterpreted as evidence of a global spraying program. However, chemtrail proponents argue otherwise, citing their observations of unusual patterns and behavior in the trails. The birth of the chemtrail conspiracy theory. The chemtrail theory first gained traction in the mid-1990s, coinciding with the rise of the internet. Early proponents of the theory shared images and stories of unusual patterns in the sky, claiming that these were evidence of secret government programs. Some pointed to government documents discussing weather modification as proof of a cover-up. One document that frequently surfaces in chemtrail discussions is a 1996 report by the U.S. Air Force titled Weather as a Force Multiplier, Owning the Weather in 2025. This report speculates on potential future uses of weather modification for military purposes, but does not provide any evidence that such techniques are being used currently. It is important to emphasize that the report is speculative and publicly available, and there is no indication that it represents an ongoing secret program. Nevertheless, this report and other research into geoengineering have fueled suspicions. Geoengineering. Is there a connection? Geoengineering is a legitimate area of scientific research focused on deliberately altering the Earth's climate to combat global warming. One of the proposed methods is solar radiation management, which would involve releasing reflective particles into the atmosphere to reflect sunlight and cool the planet. This idea sounds similar to the chemtrail theory, which might explain why some people draw connections between the two. However, it's essential to note that geoengineering is still largely theoretical. While there are no large-scale supplier relationship management projects currently in operation, other forms of geoengineering, such as carbon capture and reforestation, are being actively pursued. Scientists are carefully studying the potential risks and benefits of geoengineering to mitigate climate change. The goal of geoengineering research is to protect the planet, not harm it, a stark contrast to the motives often ascribed to chemtrail operations. Debunking the chemtrail myth. What does science say? Chemtrails are believed by many people, but scientific investigations have not found any proof to support the theory. Around 77 experts in geochemistry and atmospheric science were questioned as part of a thorough study that was done in 2016. According to what the researchers found, the chemicals found in contrails were similar to the emissions that jet engines usually make, and there was no proof that the chemicals had been sprayed on purpose. Also, many government agencies, such as the Environmental Protection Agency and the Federal Aviation Administration, have said more than once that there is no secret operation that sprays chemicals into the air. According to their explanations, these groups have said that the look and behavior of contrails are not proof of a plot, but rather normal things that happen because of flight and the weather. Why do people believe in chemtrails? The psychology behind conspiracies. Since there is scientific proof that chemtrails don't exist, why do people still believe in them? You can find the answer in psychology. Conspiracy theories often thrive and become more popular when people are looking for answers to complicated world problems. In a world that often seems unexpected and overwhelming, believing in chemtrails might give people a sense of control or understanding. Additionally, cognitive biases play a big role in keeping these ideas alive. A psychological effect called confirmation bias makes people look for information that supports the views they already have and ignore evidence that goes against those beliefs. If someone really believes that chemtrails are real, they might start to see them everywhere, which will make their belief even stronger. Misinformation and chemtrails. How social media amplifies the theory. In today's digital age, social media platforms have played a crucial role in spreading and amplifying the chemtrail conspiracy theory. These platforms allow users to share content quickly and widely, often without any fact-checking. Videos and images of airplanes leaving trails in the sky can easily go viral, especially when accompanied by dramatic or misleading captions. Social media algorithms are designed to promote content that engages users, which often means that sensational and controversial posts rise to the top. This has created an environment where conspiracy theories like chemtrails can thrive. Even when these posts are debunked, they often continue circulating, reinforcing the belief in chemtrails among those already convinced. Chemtrails in pop culture, from music to movies. The idea of chemtrails has also permeated popular culture. Musicians, filmmakers, and television producers have all referenced chemtrails in their work, sometimes portraying them as part of larger government conspiracies. For instance, artists like Prince and Bob have mentioned chemtrails in their songs, lending the theory a sense of cultural significance. In movies and TV shows, chemtrails are often depicted as evidence of a secretive and oppressive government operation, adding to their mystique. These portrayals, while fictional, can blur the lines between entertainment and reality, making it more difficult for audiences to distinguish fact from fantasy. Environmental concerns. The real impact of contrails. Although chemtrails themselves may not be real, contrails do have an actual impact on the environment. Persistent contrails can contribute to the formation of cirrus clouds, which trap heat in the Earth's atmosphere and potentially contribute to global warming. This phenomenon is known as contrail-induced cirrus, and it's an area of growing concern among scientists studying aviation's environmental impact. Recent research suggests that the impact of contrails on climate change could be more significant than previously thought, particularly due to their short-term warming effects. Researchers are looking for ways to minimize contrails' environmental impact, whether by developing new aviation technologies or finding ways to alter flight patterns. Thank you for tuning in to our deep dive into the chemtrail theory. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and share your insights with us in the comments. Be sure to subscribe for more videos that debunk myths and bring you the facts. Until next time.